With my favorite down on the Park my mule in a no parking zone. Sheriff said, son, you best move along. I pulled out my handbook, rights in my hand. Turns out old sheriff didn't understand. I fought the law, but the law got schooled. Learned my rights, now bend the rules. I fought the law with a rebel grin. Guess what, y'all? This time I win. Judge said, boy, you're guilty of sin. I said, check the statute, read it again. Turns out the fine was a typo mistake. Now I'm free and I'm eating steak. I fought the law, but the law got schooled. Learned my rights, now bend the rules. I fought the law with a rebel grin. Guess what, y'all? This time I win. They said I couldn't dance in the courthouse hall, so I moved on past the pretty bailiff, gave her a wink, y'all. Knowledge is my weapon, truth is my shield, satire in my soul, and laughter in the field. I'm the outlaw scholar, hillbilly baller, banjo in my hand, making courtrooms holler. Read the fine print, flip the script on the judge. Now the bailiff's nodding with a hip-hop nudge. Moonshine wisdom, boots on the floor, kicking down the statutes, opening doors. Country grit with a rebel's rhyme. I fought the law, but the law's my punchline. I fought the law, but the law got schooled. Learned my rights, now bend the rules. I fought the law with a rebel grin. Guess what, y'all? This time I win. Yeah, this time I win.
There we go. Welcome to the War Room. Glad to have everybody here today. It is September 23rd. Man, it's already. We might as well go ahead and ring in the New Year's tonight.
Right? It's gone fast.
Turn all this down on my phone. These notifications here going off. What is it? Hope everybody had a great weekend. Had a lot of weather coming up, right? Some rain, different parts of the country.
Cold,
Some
cold.
snow.
Snow in some places. Wouldn't mind a little snow. A little snow.
Just enough to slip on.
Just enough. So it looks pretty. It does look pretty when it snows.
Nah.
Yeah? You don't like the snow?
Probably not. She's up north.
Yeah, that's that she probably gets plenty of it.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting.
You haven't had any snow yet, Nadine?
It tries, but back off. It tries, and today it's been trying even more, and it's cold. So hopefully it'll come, but I don't know. They keep saying, "Oh, so many inches." And they always do it on a Sunday night. It's they have to get that fear in for Monday morning. So it's all fear all Monday night on Sunday night. So yeah, I'm looking forward to when we don't have to do this kind of stuff anymore. Yeah, it snowed out. It snowed out. Big deal, you bunch of freaking, like I just to be able to just enjoy it and not be like fearful, like they have to get up and start work at 7, 8, 9 o'clock and shovel, and it's misery. It just turns into a misery, and it.
Yep.
When you least expect it, that's when you get it.
Right. Right. You need me to find something for you?
No.
Okay.
Well, let me go ahead and get started here since everybody's just crickets. I mean, y'all,
We were talking. Oh,
let it.
do you
So
need me
what?
to find something?
No, I got it.
Okay.
We're gonna listen to Marjorie Taylor Greene here in a second,
Gosh.
huh? Unless you got,
No.
unless y'all got something better than that. I mean, it's a total shit show right now. It's
Well,
garbage.
you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear me shoveling food in my mouth.
Man, Bonnie's doing everything she can to protect pedophiles. God, she's disgusting.
Well, that's what she did during
That's what
her
she did in
time in the
Florida.
AG. Yeah, in Florida. So that's just being disclosed. That's all. Right. If you go back and look at the old one, you can tell the difference.
Trump's doing everything but bring justice. Right?
Yes. Hmm. Yeah.
It's all conflict of interest. The whole damn administration is a conflict of interest. It's a good thing it's all bullshit.
Right.
All right, so we're gonna listen to a little bit of Marjorie Taylor Greene here on this interview. See what the hell she's got to say. Let me put this on here real quick. There we go. Isn't that crazy? She went from ultra MAGA, super MAGA to I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, because she's bye bye. Her part's over.
Hi, everyone. I've always represented the common American man and woman as a member of the House of Representatives, which is why I've always been despised in Washington, D.C., and just never fit in. Americans are used by the political industrial complex of both political parties, election cycle after election cycle, in order to elect whichever side can convince Americans to hate the other side more. And the results are always the same. No matter which way the political pendulum swings, Republican or
Leave
Democrat,
me alone.
nothing ever gets better for the common American man or woman. The debt goes higher, corporate and global interests remain Washington's sweethearts. American jobs continue to be replaced, whether it's by illegal labor or legal labor by visas or just shipped overseas.
That one.
Small businesses continue to be
I don't
swallowed by
care.
big
I'd rather be-
corporations. Americans' hard-earned tax dollars always fund foreign wars, foreign aid, and foreign interest. And the spending power of the dollar continues to decline. The average American family can no longer survive on a single breadwinner's income, as both parents have to work in order to simply survive. And today, many in my children's generation feel hopeless for their future and don't think they will ever realize the American dream. And that breaks my heart. I ran for Congress in 2020 and have fought every single day believing that Make America Great Again meant America first. I have one of the most conservative voting records in Congress, defending the First Amendment, Second Amendment, unborn babies, because I believe God creates life at conception, and I love to fight for the little guy. Strong, safe borders, I have fought hard for that. I fought against COVID tyrannical insanity and mandated mass vaccinations, and I've never voted to fund foreign wars with your hard-earned tax dollars. However, with almost 1 year into our majority,
The sound went off.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Here we go.
for the entire time, and we are entering campaign season, which means all courage leaves and only safe campaign re-election mode is turned on in the House of Representatives. During the longest shutdown in our nation's history, I raged against my own speaker and my own party for refusing to proactively work diligently to pass the plan to save Americans' health care and protect Americans from outrageous, overpriced, and unaffordable health insurance policies. The House should have been in session working every day to fix this disaster. But instead, America was force-fed disgusting political drama once again from both sides of the aisle on television every single day. My bills, which reflect many of President Trump's executive orders, like calling for a new census counting Americans only to draw new districts, making English the official language of the U.S., making it a felony to medically trans a minor, and other bills like eliminating capital gains taxes on the sale of your primary home and eliminating H-1B visas, just sit. They all sit collecting dust. That's how it is for most members of Congress bills. The Speaker never brings them to the floor for a vote. Many common Americans are no longer easily convinced by paid political propaganda spokespersons and consultants on TV and paid shills on social media, obediently serving with cult-like conviction to force others to swallow the political party talking points. Because they know how much credit card debt they have, they know how much their bills have gone up over the past 5 years. They actually do their own grocery shopping and know food costs too much. Their rent has increasingly gone up and up. They have been outbid by corporate asset managers too many times when they put in an offer to buy a house. They have been laid off after being forced to train their visa holding replacement. The college degree they were told to earn only left them in debt with no big six-figure salary. They see more homeless people than ever on their own community streets.
It stopped again. The volume, the sound.
You know, dude, this cord is. Hold on 1 second.
I really hope that people pay attention to like every word she's saying.
Yes.
Oh, that she's really spelling it out for the people in the back.
Really.
Yeah.
She really
Hey,
is.
it's real. It's real. You're not dreaming it. You are in the dream.
That's right.
It's all bullshit.
It is.
Bullshit. It's all propaganda. It's all bullshit.
Bullshit.
Left and the right are full of shit.
It's true.
To represent the 14th District of Georgia for 5 years. The district is filled with some of the most wonderful, kind-hearted, God-fearing, patriotic, hardworking people you will ever meet. Good, regular, common Americans. I've worked hard to bring taxpayer dollars back home to help district needs. I impeached Biden's Secretary of Homeland after watching my constituents die as he facilitated dangerous open border invasion into America. And I led the effort to defund hard left politically biased NPR and PBS and the corrupt USAID, and I did that as chair of the DOJ subcommittee. I have fought harder than almost any other elected Republican to elect Donald Trump and Republicans to power. I traveled the country for years. I spent millions of my own money. I missed precious time with my family that I can never get back. And I showed up in places like outside the New York courthouse in Collect Pond Park against a raging leftist mob as Trump faced Democrat lawfare. Meanwhile, most of the establishment Republicans who secretly hate him and who stabbed him in the back and never defended him against anything have all been welcomed in right after the election. And I will never forget the day I had to leave my mother's side as my father had brain surgery to remove cancerous tumors in order to fly to Washington, D.C. to defend President Trump and vote no against the Democrats' second impeachment in 2021. My poor father and my poor mother, it was way too much for all of us. Through it all, I never changed or went back on my campaign promises and only disagreed in a few areas, like my stance against H-1Bs replacing American jobs, AI state moratoriums, debt for life 50-year mortgage scams, standing strongly against all involvement in foreign wars, and demanding the release of the Epstein files. Other than that, my voting record has been solidly with my party and the president. Loyalty should be a two-way street, and we should be able to vote our conscience and represent our district's interests because our job title is literally representative. America first should mean America first and only Americans first, with no other foreign country ever being attached to America first in our halls of government. Standing up for American women who were raped at 14 years old, trafficked and used by rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States, whom I fought for. However, while yes, hurtful, my heart remains filled with joy, my life is filled with happiness, and my true convictions remain unchanged because my self-worth is not defined by a man, but instead by God, who created everything in existence. You see, I have never valued power, titles, or attention in spite of all the wrong assumptions about me. I do not cling to those things because they are meaningless and empty traps that hold too many people in Washington. I believe in term limits and do not think Congress should be a lifelong career or an assisted living facility. My only goal and desire has ever been to hold the Republican Party accountable for the promises it makes to the American people and put America first. And I have fought against Democrats' damaging policies like the Green New Deal, wide open, deadly, unsafe border policies, and the trans agenda on children and against women. With that has brought years of nonstop, never-ending personal attacks, death threats, lawfare, ridiculous slander and lies about me that most people could never withstand even for a single day. It has been unfair and wrong, not only to me, but especially to my family, but it's been wrong to my district as well. I have too much self-respect and dignity. I love my family way too much, and I do not want my sweet district to have to endure a hurtful and hateful primary against me by the president that we all fought for, only to fight and win my election while Republicans will likely lose the midterms, and in turn be expected to defend the president against impeachment after he hatefully dumped tens of millions of dollars against me and tried to destroy me. It's all so absurd and completely unserious. I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. If I am cast aside by the president and the MAGA political machine and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military-industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can never, ever relate to real Americans, then many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well. There is no plan to save the world or a 4D chess game being played. When common American people realize and understand that the political industrial complex of both parties is ripping this country apart, that not one elected leader like me is able to stop Washington's machine from gradually destroying our country, and instead the reality is that they, common Americans, the people, possess the real power over Washington, then I'll be here by their side to rebuild it. Until then, I'm going back to the people that I love, to live my life to the fullest as I always have, and I look forward to a new path ahead. I'll be resigning from office with my last day being January 5th, 2026, and I look forward to seeing many of you again sometime in the future. May God bless you all, and may God bless America.
That was the state.
There you go. Keep in mind that Marjorie Taylor Greene and the other two females that voted to release the Epstein files were threatened in doing so um, by the Republican Party,
Yeah.
the males, and I'm going to find out who they are that threatened these women. All right, a bunch of men, Republican men, threatening women. Huh? Yeah. So I congratulate her for being brave enough to leave that shit, because it ain't worth it.
That's what they're showing you, right? That it's just
Let them crash and
one
burn
big
in their own.
swamp. It really is. So it's just all being played out so you can understand.
All right, let me show you the part where they were threatened, and it just pisses me off that we got men in this country threatening women in politics, right? But I guess that's the Republican Party for you.
You have 17 minutes remaining.
I yield myself 2 minutes.
Gentleman is recognized for 2 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, today's an extraordinary day in this chamber. If my colleagues will vote for this measure, we'll see justice triumph over politics. Truth will triumph over deception and obfuscation. Transparency will triumph over dark money. Partisanship will fall away to bipartisanship. Grassroots, the people, will reclaim the people's house with this vote. It's going to be a victory for survivors, not just survivors.
The people are not going to reclaim the people's house. I mean, that's just a bunch of political mumbo jumbo. But for the most part, what Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie and everybody who signed this discharge petition is doing is good, because it's going to launch the investigation or open the file so that they can launch the investigation, which won't adequately be launched into the guilty parties who really abused and messed with a bunch of kids.
Survivors of the Epstein sex trafficking scandal, the 1,000 survivors that exist, some of them are victims. They're no longer alive. Some have committed suicide. They share one thing in common.
I wouldn't exactly say they off themselves. Probably something else happened. The powers that shouldn't be, that didn't want to be discovered, silenced them.
Their youth was robbed from them. Much of their lives were robbed from them, but they're claiming it back. We're going to help them claim that back. But it's not just a victory today if this vote prevails for those survivors. It's a victory for every person, man or woman, boy or girl, who's been victimized sexually in this country. Anybody who's been a victim of sexual assault, or maybe they've been victimized by a family member. Maybe it's not a billionaire, but they're all waiting and watching to see what we do today. They're wondering, if I go to mom or dad, will anything happen? If I go to the sheriff, will anything happen? Well, we have a chance today to make something happen. Something that's not happened, something that should have happened decades ago, and that is to get justice for these victims and survivors and transparency for America. That's what this vote is about today. And I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman from Kentucky reserves. The gentlelady from North Carolina is recognized.
I reserve.
Gentlelady reserves. Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
I now yield 5 minutes to the gentlewoman from Georgia, Mrs. Green.
The gentlelady from Georgia is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I proudly rise today in a bipartisan effort to release the Epstein files finally, after 5 administrations have covered it up. Earlier today, I attended the press conference where the survivors, they're not victims, the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's sexual abuse and sex trafficking told their stories. And they told stories about how it started back in 1991, 1996, and they continued on through the decades. And they told stories about how they told someone and tried to get help. They told the FBI and they weren't listened to. And they told law enforcement and no one did anything. And these women don't just number a few. These women number around 1,000 women. And they are victims of something that's unthinkable. And this should have never, ever happened. This was the biggest fight I think I've seen in Washington, D.C. This is my 5th year here. And this was a fight that we should have never had to wage. It should have been the easiest thing for every single member of Congress. It should have been the easiest thing for the Speaker of the House. It should have been the easiest thing for the President of the United States to release.
That's true. And why wasn't it? Because it really does look like the Speaker of the House, President of the United States, and all these other interested parties were trying to cover this whole thing up as though they or someone they knew was in these files. And wouldn't it be nice and refreshing if Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie and everybody in Congress rose in a bipartisan effort to get rid of the income tax, property taxes, the IRS, institute sound money? Wouldn't that be nice? They can obviously rise in a bipartisan manner over this. How about other things?
All the information, every single file on behalf of these American women. These American women aren't rich, powerful elites. They do not have someone paying for their airline tickets or paying for their trips or paying for their expenses every time they try to do something to get this information out. These are your average Americans. And you want to know what the Epstein files represent? The cover-up represents to average Americans. It represents the failures of the federal government and Congress to the American people. And that is what people rose up about in 2024. They wanted and demanded transparency from their government and for Americans finally to be put first. And today with this vote, we are finally putting these victims and these survivors of Jeffrey Epstein and the cabal of rich, powerful elites that expands not just here in the United States of America, but to other countries as well. We're putting them last. And that is exactly what Americans want. You see, for far too long, Americans have been put last. And they're sick of it. They're sick and tired of it. And this is why they don't trust Congress. This is why they don't trust the government. And here's the problem. All of these women who have suffered in shame for years and years and years, women who were terrified, women who were intimidated, women who were threatened, just like Virginia Giuffre. And now she's dead. And these women should have never faced that, for this information to come out. And we, especially the 4 Republican members of the House of Representatives, we should have never faced intimidation and threats for us to get this vote to come to the floor. Never forget, there were 4. Thomas Massie, myself, Nancy Mace, and Lauren Boebert. We had to sign a discharge petition, and we had to fight through intimidation, and we had to endure it for months to push that discharge petition finally to 218 to get this vote to come out. This is what the American people are sick of, and rightfully so. Now, where does this go from here? The question will remain. Will the Department of Justice release all the information? Will a judge in New York release the information? Will the CIA release the information? And will foreign governments release their information? Or will this continue after this vote today be a cover-up? A cover-up of the rich, powerful elites that bond together in sex and human trafficking abuse and all types of global business that enriches them but never serves Americans. The American people will know, and the victims, actually the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein, will know because they know the list of names. And I remain dedicated to my promise to read those names here on the House floor if those women ever find them in a place that it needs to be done. I yield back to Mr.
Gentlelady from Georgia yields back. Gentleman from Kentucky reserves. Gentlelady from North Carolina is recognized.
I reserve, Mr.
Gentlelady reserves. Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
I yield myself 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Gentleman's recognized for a minute.
I want to thank the generosity of Jim McGovern, Representative McGovern, for granting us this time. I'm embarrassed for my own party today. I'm embarrassed we withheld swearing in a duly representative of the people for 49 days just to avoid this vote that's finally going to happen today. I'm embarrassed that my own party isn't going to yield me time to debate this, even though they say they support it and I authored it. They don't even want to yield me time to debate this during the bill debate. But I'm thankful. Let me tell you who I'm thankful to. These 3 brave women, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Nancy Mace, and Lauren Boebert. They have been threatened. They have been intimidated. Physically, politically, it's disgusting. And not by the far left. They have been intimidated by people in our own party. And for what?
It is disgusting, but it reveals what we all already knew without the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. We know these are political parasites. We know they have no principles. We know that they're willing to do whatever it takes to protect themselves and to protect their own power structure, and to hell with the people.
For seeking justice for these victims, So my hat's off. I congratulate them for standing strong. I've always wondered, where were the Republican men during this battle? We've taken 5 months. These 3 women and I have had to drag our party to this floor today to even vote on this. And Ro Khanna is the most to be thanked here. In an extraordinary display of bipartisanship, he did not hesitate when I asked if we wanted to bring this bill to the floor together, if he would stand in the trenches with me. He said yes. With that, I reserve.
Gentleman reserved. Gentlelady from North Carolina is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield myself such time as I may consume.
Gentlelady is recognized.
Boy, we need to get facts straight here. President Trump's DOJ, in his first term, arrested and prosecuted Jeffrey Epstein. We, on our side, want justice to prevail in this case and in every case. Speaker Johnson has always been clear that if the discharge petition reached the necessary signatures, that the House would consider the legislation, and that's what we're providing for in our rule today. In fact, as soon as the petition hit 218 votes last Wednesday, House Republicans offered a unanimous consent request to pass the legislation then. However, the Democrat leader would not give consent to do that last week. Why? Because they're not really interested in this. They're interested in some other things. And Mr. Speaker, I have to correct the record. Mr. Massey did not request time from me. I'm the person who controls the time on the Republican side, and he did not request time from me, or I would have given him time. I reserve.
Gentlelady reserved. Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
I'd like to now recognize the gentlelady from South Carolina for 5 minutes, Nancy Mace.
Gentlelady from South Carolina is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I would actually like that addressed, what that lady said, and see if it's true.
And I want to thank my colleagues today for the time, Mr. McGovern and Mr. Khanna, for the 5 minutes on the floor to speak about an issue that is not political for me. Helping the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein and his horrific, gruesome, brutal sex trafficking ring is deeply personal. And while we often have many disagreements about a lot of issues, maybe most issues, today they are allowing us to speak on the floor. And I want to thank my colleagues, Congressman Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Lauren Boebert, the 4 of us making history today over the discharge petition and delivering justice for those who have desperately fought for it for, in some cases, almost 30 years. I wore white today because I wanted to reflect on the innocence of the young women who had their innocence stolen from a demon named Jeffrey Epstein, from demons, friends of his, rich and powerful people who stole their innocence as young as 14 years old. It was taken from them and they've never gotten it back. I'm also wearing white today to recognize the courage that it takes for women to come forward, the sacrifices to them personally, professionally, financially, the embarrassment, the humiliation, the shame that we still deliver on the backs of women who have been brutalized, who've been raped, who've been assaulted. The shame that the media pours over their heads, that their colleagues, their friends, their neighbors, their loved ones, because you come forward and because you talk about sexual assault, you are not a slut. It's not because of what you wore. You're not a whore. But that's how women are treated, and you're not lying. And I want every woman to know, every Epstein survivor to know, every woman across the country who is a survivor, who is a victim of assault, that today, we see you. And this fight and this vote tonight, I see it is about the Epstein victims, but it's about much more than the Epstein victims. This is about the powerless, taking power away from the very powerful. This is about giving women who never had a voice, giving a voice to the voiceless. This is about their sacrifice. This is about having and recognizing their courage. This is about justice for the Epstein victims, but it's also about hope. Earlier this year, I gave a speech right here on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives, detailing trauma that I experienced, endured, and am a survivor of, that I accidentally uncovered 2 years ago, almost to the day. And today, I still don't have justice like millions of women across the country. When I spoke out, I got attacked. When I spoke out, I was shamed. When I spoke out, I was defamed and smeared. And that goes on today, right now, in the present. God sure has a funny way of working through us. I, like many of the Epstein survivors and many other survivors across the country, I don't think I will ever heal from the destruction my abuser did to me. But I can heal by being a vessel and being a voice for all those who need it. And that's why we are here today. That is why I will never abandon a single survivor ever. And I will never waver. I spent my morning talking to law enforcement and others about another potential Jane Doe number 5, who may be another sexual assault victim in the case that I uncovered 2 years ago. It's very difficult for us to come forward, but I want to thank the women who have, the Epstein victims, the victims in the case that I uncovered. I want to thank all of you for being a voice, for giving me hope. Maybe one day I too can get justice. Thank you, and I yield.
Well, I think it's pretty interesting, and it's obvious that a lot of evil is covered up in Washington's District of Criminals, including this evil regarding Jeffrey Epstein. I just wanted to share that with you. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. What do you think the big play is here? The long range play, because we know these people play the long game. So what's going on here? Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.
Well, isn't that special?
Sheepdog, that was today?
Was that today?
No, that was the other day.
The other day.
Marjorie, she resigned right after that. They threatened her and the other girls.
We know most of these people are central casting, but that doesn't get put away from the fact that it's disclosing.
They're playing a part of corrupt politicians.
Showing what
Covering up for pedophiles.
What's been going on this whole time. But yeah, but there are victims, and many victims, not just the girls of Epstein, all over this country and all around the world.
Why? I don't know why they would have chosen the number 14, like 14 years old. It's not down to 4. This is when they're minutes old, baby. So for her to just say 14, and if that only applies to Epstein, that does not just apply to what I've learned about Epstein. 14, no.
They said Epstein was just the tip of the iceberg. That's just what these people that have come forward say.
You're rubber banding, Mrs.
Mm-hmm.
Say, okay. Check.
That's just what the girls that came forward, right? So that's just the tip of the iceberg. It goes way deeper than that.
It's still rubber banding. Everything you said.
Check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No, it's still
5 by 5 for me.
So it goes deeper, way deeper.
So what's this? Bitcoin? Epstein? No way! Didn't I tell you all? There's only one way to catch a shadow government or criminal organization, right? You have to make them feel comfortable with their transactions, all right? So they could take large amounts of cash out, but all of that would have been kept up to date at the bank. The banks would have known who's taking out this money. But if you gave them somewhere privately where they felt comfortable that they could put their money and make their transactions and not be caught, well, that'd be the best place to catch them. And what better place than Bitcoin? Cryptocurrency. Catch them in the crypt. Lock their asses in. Yes, it is. Yes, it would be one of the greatest things ever if someone created a cryptocurrency that all of those organizations decided, you know what, it'd probably be better if we spent our money here, and no one could catch us. Not realizing that it was created just to catch you. Amazing. Very smart man. If you follow me,
Now it's rubber banding.
already done it.
What's up, guys? I'm the Smooth. What's up, guys? I'm the Twitter update that has allowed you to click this here and find out where accounts are created and we are finding out some heinous stuff. The Department of Homeland Security was created in Tel Aviv, Israel. Almost every major MAGA creator is just someone from another country trying to destroy the United States from within.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of accounts on X. I think it was for one day. It was actually for a few hours. They turned it right off as soon as everyone started catching on that these accounts were from other countries.
Yep.
Right. Everybody's like, why ain't nobody waking up? I'm online. I'm posting all day long. It's because they're all fake.
Yeah.
You're talking to a bunch of bots.
Yep.
There's living a whole other reality.
So the Bitcoin was created by McAfee. Remember when he said he had a kill switch if something happened to him? Yeah. They were hiding files within those digital currency. You can hide files within there.
And you could track Bitcoin from the time it was mined all the way to its last transaction.
That's right.
You can't do dollar bills or anything else like that, I don't think, but
Right.
you can.
And the blockchain's nothing new. That's how they sold it. To be on the block and secure when it wasn't. So it's a false sense of security, so they'd keep doing their dirt. And we know where crypto was used, digital currency was used on the dark web. And for transactions of trafficking.
The hell, you scared the shit out of me. Scared me, man. Sorry, guys. I know this is after Halloween, but
Oh, yeah, I did.
if you show up for Thanksgiving and they're cooking, you might want to turn around and run off.
Right?
You don't know what's in there.
Hazard theme.
And that's like every which way you could say those words. You don't know which way is in there because most of them are guys, right?
What in carnations is going on with these first ladies' boys I seen Halloween?
Yeah, this is what we're going to find out. Almost every single one of them. Well, every single one of them. Right? Even up until current.
You know, I'd have heard that Hillary was the guy and Bill was the lady, but they're just both so freaking ugly that I can't imagine either way. Like it's a car crash, no matter which way you go. So it's like you just look away anyway.
Yeah, they're all Transformers.
Transformers.
Right.
Kickstand in disguise.
Right.
Oh, gee whiz.
Move about, unless I mark them. I shall rot may have destroyed the tissue. Look only in the middle.
Barely hear that.
Okay, now probably
Right,
just.
now I can hear it. I didn't have my thing in all the way.
You know, abundance can be disorienting.
Can y'all hear
unless
that?
one hones one's aim.
I can hear it.
I'm favoring tall specimens.
I can hear it's not the loudest video you ever played.
I like that.
Okay, so they're trying to tell us that they were using dead bodies from the war for cloning in the Great Reset in 1776. Guys, this new Frankenstein film is absolutely crazy. They're basically trying to show us.
Sorry, it's a new Frankenstein film. That's what
Yes.
this is talking about.
It's disclosure.
Here's a new movie, Frankenstein movie coming up.
That cloning was done through ether being harnessed from the towers. Maybe the Cabbage Patch Babies were cloned in laboratories, but still it could have been done through ether. Yep, let's just climb up here and collect the atmospheric collecting device so we can harness ether to create the clone. I think it's crazy what they show you in movies. As always, guys, hidden in plain sight. Wake up. That is an ether harnessing machine if I ever seen one. Oh, and look what it's doing. Putting ether into the clone so we can make it come alive. To me, guys, they're basically showing you exactly how clones were made in the Great Reset. And did you know that's an actual real building in Scotland? It's called the Wallace Monument. Ether through your body, make you come alive. Is it me or these days they're showing you more and more and more of the truth in movies? It's like they can't hide it anymore, guys. The Awakening. Wake up, guys. As always, stay blessed. So this is the Wallace Monument, guys. It's in Scotland. It was actually a real building. Look at that. Ether.
Saul been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.
Why am I attached to the clown?
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you ever saw. Been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.
Oh, been a long time
I didn't
since your
catch that
dad
music
ever.
last time, but it says that
Just a good old boy,
just the good old boys.
never meaning no harm. Beats all you ever saw. Been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.
Buddy's body online, hitting them with.
Crazy shit, huh?
Yeah.
Alrighty. This guy went from being a Zionist to an anti-Zionist. An American Christian man wakes up.
Zionist. And I want to start off by saying that this was a very harsh realization for me. When God lifts spiritual veils from your eyes, it is never fun. It is never easy. But we have all been indoctrinated into Zionism in America since the day we were born, by the movies we watched, by what we were taught in school, by our textbooks, and by our churches, especially our churches. After October 7th, I was full on board with go kill the terrorists, go get your people back, protect the Holy Land. And then I watched what Israel did with my eyes. I watched them kill 20 women and children for every one terrorist. And every terrorist is just a man of age. Like, they don't even technically have to be Hamas. And after I watched them just kill tens and thousands of children and not care at all, I looked into Israel. Saw that it was set up by the Rothschilds, who are literal devil worshippers. And then I looked into everything else. Looked into World War II, World War I, who owns the Fed, the bankers, who pushed the woke gay ideologies on our people, and who did it to every other country for thousands of years. There's a reason they've been kicked out of 109 different countries. But Zionists, there are 10 times more Christian Zionists than there are Jewish Zionists. And that's because they need us on their side. There's 2.5 billion Christians in the world. They knew if they could get us to support them, then they could do whatever they want. And so they used our Bible against us. There is no verse in the Bible that says those who bless Israel will be blessed. It says those who bless you will be blessed. Those who curse you will be cursed. And all nations will be blessed through you. Talking to Abraham about Jesus. It's not talking about Israel. Waking up from Zionism was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. But all Christians need to do it.
Yeah, it's been decades of manipulation, right? I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
all this.
Especially with the Schofield Bible.
Stockholm, yeah. That's gonna be a hard pill to swallow for some people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you didn't know. I mean, we all were taught the same thing if you were in a church scene, right? Or if your parents took you to church, that's what they taught you. So, but at some point, you got to wake up to the fact.
All right, Palm Bandy, Pam Bondi, and the rest of the Trump administration work directly for the New World Order agenda and seek to disarm Americans at all cost. It would seem she has a long documented history of being anti-Second Amendment, but don't take my word for it. Read it for yourself. You better believe they're coming for your firearms, one way or another. Right?
Or when she played this one, the therapeutic cloning labs. And
Yeah. But here it is. Pam Bondi just made the argument for banning every handgun in America. This was, let me pull this document up here. Seeking to curtail armed crime, the NFA targeted particularly dangerous and easily concealable weapons that could be used readily and efficiently by criminals. Which we already knew this going in. We pretty much talked about her record and even what she said. Even Trump himself, right?
yes.
So you guys know this video going around. It looks like a soccer ball, the ice wall, and all of these things. It's like a view from the top, when you're looking down, and you're kind of like a soccer ball. Now you have to think why Putin gave Trump a soccer ball. Think about it. What was in it? Russia's surveillance of beyond the ice wall. Russia is the one who, along with others, but Russia is the key player, the one that mapped beyond the ice wall. So think honeycomb, think pomegranate, think soccer ball. So now apply the planets to the outer lands. Yes, chakras, but also you have to think, pardon me, the planets are chakras on a universal scale. The planets are controlling continents, and there's so much land. Okay, let's try to really comprehend this. If a Christ being wakes up, a Messiah, a Jesus, a Buddha, all of these titles, right? When they wake up, what happens? They inherit their own kingdom. Okay, ever expanding metaverse, parallel realities, parallel universes. Why doesn't this make sense? If you inherit your kingdom, and we know that there's multiple Jesuses, I hate even saying that word, but that's what people know, right? Why don't you believe this? Why can't you wrap your mind around that? You have to start pretending as if you are the only one in the world, and then how are you going to treat people when you come into contact with them? Are you going to still hate your neighbor? Say like you're on a deserted island. There's nothing but animals. Those animals are going to become your best friends. You see how this is working? So all of this is responding to you. We're just trying to show you how to kind of step into your power and create your own movie. If it's a simulation, you could kind of do anything you want. I shouldn't say that, because if that was the case, there wouldn't be jails and prisons. So as above, so below, as within, so without. Think of the prison systems and the jails as frequency locks. Okay? Hell. Think of, okay, the frequency of your heart is going to determine the level of consciousness, enlightenment, wisdom, knowledge that you can access. Now you realize why they have to use technology. You are the technology. So now think of yourself as a robot in the future. Instead of metal and wires and all that, they figured out how to, because think about it. Are we really native to this planet, to this land? You think about it. No, we were all seeded here. We were all brought here. It was a prison planet for the darker beings. So what happened? Children of the light incarnated here. Why do they say it's the most dense energy? It's the hardest level, blah, 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 blah. Because you're taking in all of that darkness, and the secret is not to allow it to turn your heart to stone, not to become cold-hearted. That's why we say you have to let all the list shit go. You have to realize it's every single one of them. You're watching the tribunal on TV. Every congressional hearing, every person you see on the television is a part of it. Every last one of them. Anchors, talk show hosts. Why do you think a lot of people, it's just so far, it's so deep. It's deeper than you can imagine. Why are you not going to probably, it's not going to be this big event to get the tribunals and the Gitmo. For one, it will just simply lower the vibration of the planet and all the hard work we have put in to raise it. Right? So there's duality in all things. The whole children thing, I get it. It's heartbreaking. It's upsetting. You can't allow it to destroy your mind and your soul and your heart. Okay? You have to rise up out of it. Those things happen in a lower frequency. I can't say that enough. So, pardon me. When you're realizing what's actually happening, that television is telling you a vision. They're showing you every single last one of these people on television, including your orange agent Orange. He's a part of it as well. Okay, everybody think Johnny Boy's coming back. You don't think that was a part of the deep state's plan? Well, where the fuck is he? Hiding in a mountain somewhere? I don't think so. Onassis. Come on, guys, we got to get the wheels turning. I got a can of WD-40 around here somewhere. Let's grease the wheels already. So back to the point I was making. The soccer ball, Russia, entertainment purposes only. Russia mapped it all. Russia had the images. Russia did the thing, gave it off to our military. Trump is a robot. The guy you're seeing on television is a fucking robot, a clone. Why would they use real people? It's not even, probably not even a robot. It's a hologram. You think Trump was at all those rallies back in the day when he was campaigning? No, holographic imaging. Man, we're so caught up in disclosure. We are the disclosure. We're giving it to you. We're telling you it's all of them. Every last one of them. All of them. Every one you see on television. Every one of them. What they have done is use the television to televise the tribunals. They're not necessarily, why do you need to see somebody hanging from a tree or a gallows or something? Why do you need to see somebody in a firing squad? It's just going to lower your vibration. So what is the whole point of it? To keep the vibration high. You were supposed to heal it, learn about it, heal it, transmute it. Okay? All we need is a couple handfuls of people to transmute all of that bullshit. But when we're constantly focused on that, it tells us everything. No, we're not saying it's okay. We're not giving a green light. We're not approving of it. And someone's going to twist the words and say all kinds of off the wall shit. But when you're up and you're awake, you're seeing things in terms of frequency and energy and dimensions and realities and all of these things. We're not in that area. We're not in that dimension anymore. We were shifted over. What do you think CERN is? It's not exactly what you think. All things evil are being used for good. Well, they tried it, but what's happened? They sped us up. It's like when you're spinning a quarter, like on a table or a top, like those little top things. I'm about to run out of time. You're spinning it. So what they're doing, they were trying to slow it down and reverse the spin, right? So think of age reversal and age progression. Think of a record being slowed, like a song being slowed down, or a CD having scratches on it, right? The song is there, but it kind of skips. That's what it is. If you got to the end of this video, put your favorite color and your favorite number. Love you, bye.
There you go.
Yep. So that kind of goes along with what the Karina Wallace was talking about, right? How we're all hooked to the cloud, and then CERN, combine those two, right? So yeah, all that stuff happened in that dimension. So like, I think even Empress said that we wouldn't see those things because we can't lower the vibration of everybody who's trying to rise. So
Yeah.
it's being played out in a way that kind of what happened. If you want to know the truth, it's out there. It's already been out there. Just go look up all the cases.
But you better be spiritually ready for it.
Yeah.
Because the deeper you go, you might not come out of it.
That's right.
Okay? Just keep in mind it takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
It'll have you looking at the world a whole lot different. And if you can't handle it, it'll destroy you.
It will.
All right.
So, like, some of these are just naturally, over the years, Hollywood people just, all of a sudden dying, right? That's how they're disclosing it. They had a heart attack or they this or that, right? Dick Cheney for the second time, right? So some people didn't catch it. Maybe the first time, I don't know why they would do it twice, but that's how they're doing it.
Right. Y'all see this picture on the screen right now? What do y'all think that is? What is it? Anybody know?
Hologram malfunction.
Huh?
Hologram. That's what they're using. They've been using that. They were showing us back when they were doing Tupac and Michael Jackson. Holograms, right?
This was called a malfunction. But how does something malfunction and you're just glowing on stage?
Maybe they were trying to show somebody she's a fallen angel or something.
So I brought this up because he was talking about the holograms because we've seen it, right?
Right.
Which artist do you think this is? Any clue? Anybody?
I know who it is.
I know you know. But
Okay.
No, I don't pay attention enough to them. But it was probably a mistake on their end because it showed up like this. But
right, because it shows her at first and then it flips to that.
Yeah, that was the oopsie. They didn't want to let the cat out of the.
Yeah.
so I think people are going to these concerts for what they're getting is holograms.
Yes. That's what we've been seeing. That's the disclosure of the new technology.
Yeah, you remember how girls used to get on stage and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now that you don't hear about that kind of stuff at all.
Right.
They have some real secure. Like they used to want the women to go up there, from what I understand.
Right. Yep. So they used it with the rallies. I even noticed that back when I went to one in Ohio. I said, "Man, that looks like a hologram. It was too bright."
Yeah, he was lit up perfectly.
Yeah. And then later I found out that they were actually using that kind of technology. So, yeah. Yep.
Stage malfunctions while performing. Starting off when Taylor Swift was glowing like an angel. Next up, Katy Perry's terrifying mid-air accident.
Well, I don't care about Katy Perry, but I was just showing you the Taylor Swift. Right.
Right.
Yeah, and I saw. She said.
I don't know the rest of these. These are just
Yeah.
stupid malfunctions, but I just seen this one. I was like, there's an example.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she was saying like an angel, I thought of like a virgin with Madonna.
Right.
Neither one of them came true.
Right? Yeah, it's a malfunction. So, I mean, think about it. She was doing all those performances back to back, right, all over the world. That's because they use holograms.
That's got to be a hologram. There's no way in hell.
Yeah. I mean, see how bright she is right
Look at
there
that.
before she goes
Come on,
brighter and
man.
brighter. Yeah, it was some kind of malfunction, maybe on purpose to show people.
That's because that's some hellacious lighting right there. Right.
She was on Cheating's Wrecking Ball.
My last few questions for you. This has been great. AI, you mentioned AI. Now,
Yes,
the Terminator was
artificial
another franchise that is also part of the conversation. And it was about the machines taking over. That's how I looked at it as a movie, a moviegoer. Any warnings about AI?
I'm going to
'Cause
tell
it's-
you something. As soon as I came out with the Matrix and Terminator, you guys actually became of the sentiments of the AI, what it can do and where it can go in the future. You guys are just now at the tip of the iceberg. You guys haven't gotten into the ones that is getting ready to oppress and kill you guys. Y'all haven't gotten there yet. What they're doing now, look on television, look on the internet, look in the computers, everywhere. They're just doing AI that acts and look like a living being. Over there in the Saudi countries, they got the AI. Her name is Sophia. Look, they named her after me. They didn't name her Andy and Larry Wachowski. They didn't name her Gail Ed Hurd or James Cameron, any of them. They know the truth. You can't insult them. You're not going to bring no lies to these people. They got billions and trillions of dollars. They know what's going on. Look at her. She looks like a living being, like the Terminator that I created. She's talking. They made her a citizen, and they give her money and all that. Now, you see, they got ones that look like dogs, and they got ones that do packing. They got the drones and the clones, like I talked about, the drone cars, the drones flying machines and everything. And look at the airplanes now. They're nothing but drones. They can actually fly themselves. They can land themselves. This is the tip of the iceberg. Now, when I went deeper, I said they were going to make these test tube babies, petri dish babies, artificial inseminated babies, gender benders, gender manipulated babies. Do you see what I'm talking about? Clones and drones. But look at the clones. They're nothing but machines, but they look just like us. Terminator. They look just like us. Right. Operated by a spirit, but don't have a seed or soul. The soul is a seed. God's children are three-dimensional beings. What is the 3D? Blood, water, and spirit. That's the period of a woman. Blood, water, spirit. Now, the physical body, 9 months or 36 weeks, transportation, physical body. Third body, the seed or the soul that attaches to this body at the 12th week. So if you have an abortion at the 12th week, you're killing a living soul. All doctors know this, but you don't know this. Now, look, if you have an abortion from 1 to 11th month, you're bringing down the period. That's why they give you a pill. That's why they do. It's nothing but blood, water, and spirit. You can't kill a spirit. Do you see what I'm talking about?
For sure.
So all you're going to do is bring down the blood and the water. Look, blood, water, and spirit, that's what's inside the womb until the soul attaches at 12 weeks. Nobody teaches you that because they want to keep you in ignorance. They keep you in ignorance. They keep you fighting and arguing and all this.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? You need to learn. You need to read. What did God says? My people perish because of a lack of knowledge.
Right.
You die because of what you don't know.
All right. Y'all have any comments on that video?
She was the creator of the Terminator and the Matrix. She talks about how they took her. She went to court for a long time because they made her movies off of her work, and she didn't get any proceeds. Other people took over, claiming that they created it. She went through a lot of stuff, but she knows the knowledge, and she was trying to put it in the movies.
It's probably good. It's probably good that they did all that to her because otherwise she might not be here.
That's right. That's right. Might have saved her life, right?
Yeah, can you imagine that now she's going to be able to witness the ending?
Yes.
That's really amazing.
It is.
To be in that position, yeah.
Yep. So yeah, she was talking about the Terminator. She wrote the Matrix. And she goes over. You can follow her. She goes over a bunch of stuff on that. All that information about her, the knowledge and how she created it into what came into the movies.
All right, this is therapeutic cloning ranches.
Mm-hmm.
The first human cloned embryo was cloned October 13th, 2001. They call this therapeutic cloning as a loophole to allow them to clone humans, saying it's therapeutic cloning for people who can't have kids. The UFO cloning cult. The Raelians are a cult that believes that aliens are God and cloning will bring them closer to God and make them God-like. The year was 1997 when the Raelians launched Clonade, a Canadian corporation registered in the Bahamas for human cloning. In 2002, the corporation produced their first clone named Eve. This is why Bill Clinton had to tell the world that federal funding will end for cloning, but private companies like Clonade and Epstein Zorro Ranch can continue with the mission. The first human cloned embryo was cloned October 13th, 2001. They call this therapeutic cloning as a loop.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so they talk about that Zorro Ranch. Epstein Zorro Ranch was a cloning factory. We played before the clips of Bill Clinton stopping the human cloning funding by the federal government. So the federal government at one point was funding these facilities, and then but he kept it as private.
Then they went private.
They went private. So yeah, that's for real stuff. Right? Like you talked about the Cabbage Patch Babies, we went over that. So that's what they were doing.
Yep.
So all the stuff right now is being disclosed. All the stuff they were going to do with the AI, the digital currency, all that stuff is what they were going to do. And that part will probably play out as well, as far as the financial piece. Right, because you got to push back, just like in the UK, they're pushing back. They push back real hard. Right, we got to fight for things we don't want and what we want.
Yeah. Alrighty. So
Yeah. So and the cloning and all that's nothing new. They've been doing that since beginning of time, right? Back in the Babylon days, they were cloning.
Everybody check now. See if you got a belly button.
Right? Right. So they disclosed that in like they cloned Tyrone movie. They disclosed it. They disclosed a lot of things. The AI convergence, wanting these people that want to live forever, right? They don't understand, or they don't want to go on to the next phase or the next realm because they stated their lower vibration. They know they don't go. They'll come back as maybe a lower dimensional being. They might come back as a cockroach for what they've done, but yeah. So they like the things of this world, the pleasures of this world. So they stay in that low, and they've done bad things. So they don't they want to live forever. So they want to be able to augment themselves and clone themselves and upload their conscious into it. They were doing that back in the Egyptian days.
like Frankenstein.
Right. That's why they him mummified, right? Because they thought they would come back in that body. They said they were tricked, thinking they would come back in their own body, but it wasn't. It was into something else.
Yeah. Crazy.
Hi, Gracie.
You guys, I can't see the video.
You're not playing nothing, babe.
Hmm?
There's nothing playing.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Thank you for telling me.
Sure.
Let's play the video. All right. Here we go. Let's start this over.
Check this out. Parasites in the gut is called IBS. Parasites in the liver is called hepatitis. Parasites in the blood is called anemia. Parasites in the brain is called MS. Parasites in the hand is RA or rheumatoid arthritis. Parasites in the skin is called a rash. Parasites in the muscles is fibromyalgia. Parasites in the eyes is flashes and floaters. Parasites in your is colitis.
Rubber banding.
I worked as a laboratory scientist for about 15 years. And I studied parasitology, microbiology, as it relates to human pathology.
Did you hear that all the way through? Or was it rubber banding a little bit or just?
It was rubber banding a little, or not enough where I want to stop you, but then she would cut out for like a little chunk, and then Mickey said something. It's odd because I don't know if it's just your internet or what's going on. So that's why I keep waiting for it to get better.
Something.
What's up, America?
Not much. What's up with you?
Hold on. I'm trying to get this. Everything's acting up. Here we go. Oh no, cancel.
Hey, back in 2017, I started my journey with this whole legal finance thing, learning the system, learning what I was up against, learning, whether they were legitimate or fraudulent. And I discovered that all of them basically are fraudulent. So back in 2017, an executive order dropped, 13773. Most people never read it. Most people never understood it. But those who did, they realized it wasn't just paperwork. It was a signal. See, this order didn't name individuals. It didn't point fingers. It didn't make accusations. What it did was define a battlefield legally. And here's the heart of it. Executive Order 13773 declared that certain forms of organized wrongdoing, especially corruption, fraud, and exploitation, are national security threats. Not political threats, not social threats, national security threats, meaning it opened the door for federal agencies, military intelligence branches, and interagency task force to work together, investigate together, and act together when corruption reaches a certain level. Not random, not reckless, strategic, lawful, coordinated. This order basically says if you're part of an organization, public or private, engaging in serious exploitation, corruption, or abuse that affects the American people, you fall under this umbrella. And with a lot of our research, we know who falls under this umbrella. Any structure, public office, corporate entity, agency, or organized group that engages in systemic corruption can be investigated, audited, and held accountable under the national security framework this order created. No names, no accusations, just the principle. If you misuse your position, your badge, your authority, your seat, or your influence to harm the people, you're inside this parameter. What does this mean in 2025? It means accountability is no longer just local. If corruption crosses state lines, affects federal funds, or impacts national security, 13773 activates the multi-agency response. It means small town issues can trigger big time oversight if the corruption is organized or systemic. It means badge or title no longer equals immunity because the order puts conduct over position. It means every agency, local, state, federal, can be audited, reviewed, and investigated when patterns match the criteria the orders lay out. Not because of politics, not because of opinions, but because lawful authority told the system, protect the people first. And here's the coded version for the ones who understand. Executive Order 13773 was the first chess move that set the stage for accountability structures we're seeing quietly activate today. Because when corruption becomes organized, it stops being a mistake and starts being a national security threat. So to everyone listening, no matter where you live, no matter how small the town or how big the city, accountability is not off the table. The order made sure of that. This isn't fear. This isn't panic. This is clarity. This is an opportunity for you to stand and expose the corruption and get that oversight in there to investigate. And for everyone standing up, speaking up, and waking up, you're not crazy. You're not alone. And you're not imagining the shifts. The framework was set years ago. We're just watching the timeline catch up. I love y'all. 903 out.
There you go. Got another COVID victim here.
Yeah.
When celebrities say they got COVID, it's code word for they got executed at get Paul. Right? See, she's been replaced, right? Already, she was looking pretty crazy the last few weeks. All right, y'all remember that?
Yep.
We know what that means.
Oh yeah, that was from the beginning of training. This has been a horrible happening. So this
Somehow we've missed.
Training. Is there a shit show pre-training?
Somehow we've missed this one.
No, I remember that happened. But not my guy. Didn't happen to my guy.
Not my guy.
Right, yeah, Donald Trump and Melania
So this
both
was
tested for COVID.
A while back.
He's standing on an incline or a decline. He's 5'7". No, he's 6'4". No, it's because of where he's standing.
Yeah.
His hair's yellow. His face is orange. His face is not orange. I don't know how many more. Like it took a little bit for me to catch on, but when it gets to be like so, it's just in your face. But those executive orders, that brings me back down to earth. When I know that those executive orders went in and each one of them means so much. So that brings me back down to like, yes, it is going forward. When those times when you're like, I don't know, I think it's not going right. Then you think of those and it's like, yeah, no, I know it's going right. I see what's coming through on the feed. I know.
Right. So, yeah, it's been going on, like you said, since 2017, going down all the way to local now. So, It's ongoing. I don't know how long it will keep going, but it's going to keep going until they got, like they said, they have everyone's monitored, right, for a reason. Every text, every phone call, every post, everything.
Here it says this is the weirdest thing ever in 2025. If you thought it was code before, you can 100% confirm it now.
Right.
Unless she had that long COVID, right? She just decided to announce it 3 years later, 4 years.
Yeah, that
Doesn't even make sense.
like the first one at all.
Right. Something happened to her during the filming of, they said during the filming of Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So Nadine, are you saying Trump is color coded?
I don't, these people are bugging me with Trump because he's so freaking believable, but he was always a salesman. Salesmen are believable. they are even the best of us sales people. We get tricked by other salespeople because they are so good at it and they truly do believe what they're saying. Like it's usually they really do believe it. So it comes across even rougher to read because they really believe whatever they're saying. I've been there. I know how it's done. So I couldn't imagine being like a million times better at it, like being a Trump, like that's when you're at the top and you don't back down like at all. Like he is just so I'm right. I'm always right. I'm always the richest. I'm always the cutest. I'm always I always smell the best. Everything is always the best. Like that's a whole other narcissist. That's a super duper one.
Right. And that's why they showed you all the different faces of him, right? There's different people that played him. Right? The real one, right, was not. That's what's being disclosed now.
We got to pull one word out of that, Nadine, and that's cute, because there ain't nothing cute about that man.
No. So yeah, there's even a woman that plays him.
That was funny when you showed that was it yesterday? It might have been on Twitter or something. But that is perfect. That picture, that's a melding of both of them.
Right. Central Crossing. Yeah, they're all Central Crossing. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Central Crossing. You can go look it up on that IMB. Right.
Right. Here's Lego's new
Four Horses of the Apocalypse.
Galloping Horses canvas. Yeah, the 4 Horses of the Apocalypse Lego edition.
Maybe Epstein's playing Trump.
I think he's still having a hard time dealing.
Movie's over.
Yeah, he's having a hard time dealing with his whole capture from going from prison and being not loved by all of humanity, well, most of humanity. So he's still having a rough time. So he's in hiding.
Hey, this was in the 90s. So this has been going on for a while.
Oh, that's scary.
This was 98, 99.
Yeah. Yeah, they showed the
On
Masons,
ESPN
right?
magazine.
They get them a bride, right? Usually it's a little boy, but this one's a little older.
That's what you got to do in order to get that money. You want that money, boy?
Right. Oh my gosh. No, thank you.
It's the bride and the groom right here.
And that's
black pillar, white pillar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Freemasonic ritual.
Everything's Freemasonic.
That's why it's black pillar, white pillar, Freemasonic ritual, shaming. What will you do for it, that contract? Oh, you want to be famous?
Yeah, did I send you that one? What's that guy's name? It has that cup. He's dropping some good stuff. He acts crazy, but I sent it to you.
You know that movie They Live?
Yeah.
It's got all the signs and shit. Just kind of like this one at Fenway Park. This is in Boston. Can't say they didn't tell you.
Right.
Sports leagues are just a brainwashed tool of the cabal. Here's the Red Sox prepared to condition you for a global surveillance.
Right. 'Cause that's what they right, like they could. That's what they have planned for us. Now they could have used it to track all these people. I believe that's exactly what happened, right? And they were going to sell us the digital currency, or wouldn't think it was so great, lock us in, right? So they knew all this was this. They knew all this. That's why it had to be stopped.
Tonight's game brought to you by Palantir.
Right.
Global surveillance.
That was perfect, Sheepdog.
Tonight's baseball game is brought to you by Palantir.
Do this one for your creators.
Oh, I found. Look at this one. This was an ad.
I'll resend it.
It says Black Swan sale, 50% off Elite. They got a Black Swan sale. This was an ad on X. I seen it. I had to screenshot it. Live market data, world class screening, blazing, fast charting, incredible market maps, deep insider trading activity, and much, much more. Black Swan sale. All right. Let's go back here.
Some people are just
TikTok Nation, how's it going? Yeah, you know how in the Bible it states that we were made in God's image. We're all God's children, right? Think about that. There's a huge meaning behind that. You know, God is the creator, right? We were made in his image. What does that tell you? We are creators as well. God created us. What do? We create our children, right? We are
Stop and go.
creators. Beings, the same as our creator. And who we know and been taught is Jesus, one with the creator, right? And the ascension and all that stuff. That's what Jesus taught. He had these teachings. There was no church. There was no religion. I don't care. Any of y'all damn Christians on here.
Uh-oh. They'll be right back.
Sing for us, Nadine, while we wait.
I only know the one song. My theme song. I wish I was a cowgirl. Hooray, hooray. I wish I was a cowgirl. Hooray, hooray. The end.
That was cute.
I'm not good with songs. I can, if they're playing, maybe. But I don't dance either. And I don't have I don't have that timing thing. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's what do you want to do now, folks? Where's mom and dad?
The children will play when the parents are away.
Yeah.
Crank up the stereo.
Oh, gee whiz. Ow, I could do that. You know, I have a really good.
No, don't do that. Really.
I
was just saying, it's.
I was on my way.
We can't play the music. Remember?
I can't.
We can't. They can because they know what goes against the rules and all. We don't.
Ah, for fuck's sake, rules. Rules suck. Just you know. I don't know. Let me see. I don't think they didn't DM me.
You want
Are
to play
we supposed to
Yahtzee?
all go home? Where?
Want to play Yahtzee?
Yahtzee?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we have to teach somebody something.
Well, I don't know what to do to fill up the time.
There they are. They're home.
Man, we're back.
Did you hear the rest of
Yay.
get kicked off?
You did. You got put in timeout. You weren't even just kicked off.
Did y'all hear the whole video?
No, we've been
No.
making stuff up. I sang my little song. I wish I was a
Oh
cowgirl.
wow!
You
Yeah.
wish you was a what?
It kicked us
Cowgirl.
out for some reason.
Yeah, you were in timeout, Mrs. You weren't
Oh.
just.
Well, somebody hit you with the copyright, Nadine.
Yeah.
You didn't sing it verbatim, did you? The song?
Well, I made
It's
the
like
song
perfect
up.
thing.
I know. I made the song up myself. So they can kiss my alabaster hiney.
Might want to play it again, huh?
Oh no, I just sang it.
I think they're telling us we need to get
Kill
off
the
here
video.
and go. Let me.
Y'all already got out of here and went.
Dang it.
Yeah, that was weird.
Give me 1 second here. Let me upload this thing here. Get this loaded. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
What? How much did y'all hear of it?
Probably nothing.
No, not really anything.
Are you gonna replay it?
Yeah, I'm fixing to download it again, and then there it is. Okay. And we are looking at 0.385. Let me go right here. Let's get this thing uploaded. 0.385.
Oh no, I was gonna play a song for you guys before. Not you, not sheepdogs. I was gonna play a song and I was gonna get one of my records out, and Mickey was like, No, you can't because we'll get in trouble.
Oh, copyright. Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Only.
I love rules. Oh, you gotta follow the rules. Oh yeah.
Well, only if you. Well, you have to just say the Fair Act.
It's like you're pushing something that that YouTube, like you can play on YouTube, and they're like, no man, don't give us the exposure, we got to do it organically. It's like,
Yeah, that's what
doesn't make sense.
it's the 17 USC 107. You have to say that US code 17 107. See, that's what the 17 107 was for. So that you can use the limitations on exclusive right fair use. So if you say that, you're good.
I said the word Yahtzee and I didn't say that code.
coming to a theater near you.
Right?
That was not my.
TikTok Nation, how's it going?
That's what happens when you don't listen. When somebody tries to teach you. But
Hey,
you're,
that was the video we were trying to watch, I think, with that guy.
Yeah.
All right.
He's gonna replay it.
TikTok Nation, how's it going? Yeah, you know how in the Bible it states that we were made in God's image. We're all God's children, right? Think about that. There's a huge meaning behind that. You know, God is the creator, right? We were made in his image. What does that tell you? We are creators as well. God created us. What do? We create our children, right? We are creators. As source. We are light beings, the same as our creator. And who we know and been taught is Jesus. He had teachings of how to become one with the creator, right? And ascension and all that stuff. That's what Jesus taught. He had these teachings. There was no church. There was no religion. I don't care any of y'all damn Christians on here to swear up and down y'all's religion is the only right one. You're full of bullshit. All religion's man-made. Jesus didn't teach Christianity. That was something that was implemented by the elites way back in the day. But in essence, Jesus was a truther. He was persecuted and assassinated, murdered, whatever you want to call it, for his truth on his teachings, just as us. So in essence, we are all as Jesus. We're Jesus speaking our truths, and we're being persecuted. And somebody that has a little too much knowledge and isn't careful, they find them come up missing. Same as Jesus. Remember that. That's a little food for thought. And you know, when this realm, this world was created, anything and everything is on this earth to heal us before they start putting chemicals in the sky, in our food, in our freaking water. Our bodies could heal and repair themselves. Did y'all know that? All these viruses that keep coming out, these diseases, all of it's man-made. But everything on this earth was put here for us to heal. We don't need doctors and all this shit. Everything used to be done by helping each other out. Wasn't all this? Look, they'll let a motherfucker die in the hospital before helping because he don't have insurance or he don't have money. It's all about money to these people. If you ain't got it, they could give a shit less about you. But you know, there's all kind of stuff you can do to heal yourself. And I got one in particular that I'll save for another video. It sounds disgusting, but it works. But I'll talk to y'all later, TikTok. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so the other video he talks about it's and many people have said this and think these people are crazy, but it is true. It's the drinking of your urine can actually heal you, rejuvenate your stem cells. It's ancient knowledge. Just saying.
And that's all we got for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the flight. We will be landing here shortly. Please fasten your seatbelts and get ready for the landing.
That's right.
You are real good at that, being a stewardess, flight attendant lady. Well, man, it's usually a lady. Yeah, I hope everybody has a fun night.
Cheating's at the case for emergency. Put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, there you go. Love and light, guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Hope everybody has an amazing week. Try not to bring politics to the table because it's gonna get ugly this year.
Yeah, just
Because it's been an evil plan. It's they made the playing field pretty much even. Like neither side has an argument.
Right.
So I would just leave politics at the door if I was you, because you're not winning. None of us are fighting for that.
Enjoy your family.
Enjoy your family. Spend time with them. Love on them. Yeah, even if you're by yourself, right? Love on your dogs. Love on your pets.
And love on you.
That's it. Because tomorrow is not promised.
Good night. Love you all.
Love you all.
That pop that illusion.
See through the veil, pop the illusion, truth in the rhythm, break the confusion.
Cameras flash, but the script ain't true. Pyramid wisdom, I see right through. Stage lights blinding, but I don't freeze. I walk with the ancients, I move with ease. Chains of deception, they try to bind, but I crack the code in the hieroglyph signs. Baseline heavy, truth in my chest. I rise like the Nile, I don't settle for less.
Don't get hypnotized, don't fall for the show. Eyes wide open, now I know. Pop the illusion, break the spell. Truth in the rhythm, I know it well. Pop the illusion, don't be deceived. Eyes wide open, now I believe.
Pharaoh fire in the beat, I ride. Ancient codes in the flow collide. Gold on the throne, but the mask is fake. I see through the lies, I won't take the bait. Desert winds whisper secrets untold. I spit liberation, my voice is bold. Bass hits deep like a tempo drum. Illusion shattered, the truth is come.
The world stage is a mask. Actors play their part, but I see beyond the cast. I guard my heart.
Pop the illusion, break the spell. Truth in the rhythm, I know it will. Pop the illusion, don't be deceived. Eyes wide open, now I believe. Illusion.